Good night, teacher. Well, at least that's my case. I don't know when you see this video what is yours. So you already know my name and the main from this video for this video. So let's start. The first question is describe your experience studying from home and our social distancing measures. My experience is good. Well, in some aspects that I'm going to detail more in the questions that are below. But the best thing for me is that like you don't have anyone supervising you, and you have, like, if you can say so, an unlimited amount of time for doing things. So that makes, like, for the ones who really want to like learn, it gives you more time for like making better the homework. I don't know how to really explain that. I don't know how the word now, but for you to develop better, because you have more time to do the homework. So if you really want to learn, you have the internet, and you don't have any pressure for anyone supervising you to do this and do that. So that's the one. That's the one thing I wanted to say. The next question is face-to-face versus virtual classes. Which one do you prefer? Way better face-to-face classes. Why? Because face-to-face classes are incomparable to virtual classes. I mean, it's not the same, for God's sake. It's not the same to have like a Zoom with your teacher than having a face-to-face class. I mean, the human contact, the chemistry that both students and teacher can create, that's for me what's create the perfect class, the chemistry that students and teacher can make. And that's also for me that can make a bad class, or a class for at least that the the learnings can be constructed, like, I mean, like, less efficient if the teacher and both teacher and students doesn't like get along very well. So the next question is, what are the benefits of studying from home? Well, as I already said, the benefits are you don't have anyone supervising you. You have like an unlimited amount of time. And what I already said, that if you really want to like um the homework, like getting more details for homework, that makes you to understand better the homework, and even that can really make you that can really take you to make more questions, and with that questions you can learn better, like if you were maybe in class. Maybe it doesn't have to be necessarily like that. So that's it. The next and last question is, what are the challenges of studying from home? Of course, the challenges are distractions. In home, there's a lot of distractions, and it's not the same to have homework that to study from home. Why? Because studying from home requires like a specific, like, board, not board, like a specific amount of your attention that you, when you're home, you don't have like that attention in that. Well, at least that you are like a very good student, and you, or that you're really interested to learn at least that subject in specific. But for example, in my case, and the ones that lives in apartments, and that apartments are not like that big, and both fathers work, in these cases of pandemic, for example, that these are extraordinary cases, but we have to take that in consideration. That's the thing that have us here. um, that we tend in some occasions to have like a meeting, for example, me a meeting too, and my mother also have a meeting. So when you just summarize that the apartment is not that big. We have like that in the same, we have to do that in the same moment, so you don't have like a space to do that. And all of us, like singularly, individually, need to accomplish his works, to take care of his works. And the space, for example, in my case, and I think that is the case of the majority of people, you can successfully do that because you have that kind of limitations. And also having a little sister, less like, for example, 13, she kind of bothers sometimes also. And also you have internet in your house, you have all in your house, you have food, you have television, social media, that normally you get a lot of distraction with social media, even in classes. So imagine in your house that you have your bed and you have the living room with the sofa and all the things, all that stuff. So that like kind of summarizes. You summarize all of that things, and what you have is like the distractions. Um, they are they tend to get a lot of times. They get multiplicated a lot of times. So that's it. So thank you, teacher. Thank you for listening to this video, and see you in the next trimester.